Let me start by saying, which you'll find it a little bit strange, that our Deputy President, Comrade Jojo James, was delegated to speak on our behalf, and he confirmed he was on his way getting lost and lost and lost. I suspect, Comrade, that the message that was communicated earlier, that Comrade Chris might be calling those leaders to join him, might frighten him, and decided not to come here. Little did Comrade Jojo knows that Comrade Chris is everywhere. If he wants him, he will get him anyway. So in this context, Comrade, we want first to apologize. Ukuthi President wethu ulahlekile is coming from Eastern Cape, and I suspect with lento GPS, inokubeka nje anywhere it you have arrived when you have not arrived anywhere. To the family of Chris Hani and his comrade, to the leadership of our movement, the African National Congress, to the leadership of SANCO, but more importantly to the leadership of the party and the YCL, the honorable ministers, the members of the ANC NEC, the executive mayor and his municipalities, the leadership of COSATU, past and present, please receive our warm and revolutionary greetings. Every year when we come here, comrade, we don't come to honor Comrade Chris as a ritual, but we came here to recharge, to recommit ourselves, to make promises that what Comrade Chris Hani stood for will be committed to carry forward. We want just to say a few things, comrade. That in your organization, if your organization have not wronged you at some stage, it means you have not been long enough in that organization. If you feel that at all times your organization has not deserted you for some times, for wrong reasons, you have not been in the fire in that organization. You say you can ask Comrade Chris Hani, he will tell you about, at some point in his life, the challenges he faced from within his organization. We are told that at some point in time, Comrade OR had to leave a congress or conference he was chairing. So angry because the 8 Madota wanted him to do something that he does not believe in. We're also told that Comrade Nelson Mandela was once almost prosecuted by his own NEC when he stood up and talked about the HIV and AIDS. Comrade Winnie Mandela have gone through the same route. At some point in time, you can say even this current president of the ANC has experienced some kind of negative rejection by his organization at some point in time. But what is common to all these comrades I've mentioned is that they never turn their back on the organization. Never. During difficult times, they said, this is my organization, I'm part of it, I will spend the rest of my life in that organization, and that is true of Comrade Chris Hani, as well as the other comrade I've mentioned. I'm raising these issues, comrade, because in the current moment we are facing, we see some leaders take it easier to turn against their own organization in different ways. The manner they speak, the manner they behave, just show us what these comrades have not traveled the difficult road within the movement. But I want to report to Comrade Chris Hani because we believe that those who have parted are not gone forever. I have seen Comrade Nathi Mthethwa here, and I wanted to talk to him after this gathering. Guti, kanti thine ma-Africa senzeni kangaka ukuthi noma si 99% African, but we speak English. And I said, because Comrade Chris, Comrade Nathi, the Minister of Arts and Culture, kumele akasincede man sibe nale confidence yokukhuluma lama language wakithi. Mina ke ngibuya ngale eMozambique, ngiyabona ukuthi kuzaba difficult uma ngakhuluma le yakithi language. We want to report to Comrade Chris Hani and others ukuthi our movement, the African National Congress, is healing. And we got renew hope. Ukuthi this movement, Comrade O.R. Tambo, will be able to carry its mission to serve our people. We can report and we can confirm that this movement of Comrade O.R. Tambo stand firm against corruption, both in the public and the private sectors. I thought Comrade Chris was calling me, man. But we can also report, Comrade, that we as workers were confident that the legislated national minimum wage will be promulgated soon. We know that the figures are low, but there's a principle here that the Freedom Charter 6 years ago said we need a national minimum wage. And we're going to get the national minimum wage. 6.2 million workers will benefit out of this national minimum wage. But we must also report that the road ahead is difficult. 9.2 million people are unemployed. 9.2 million people are unemployed. And some of them have no hope of finding jobs. But we can also report to the General Secretary of the party, Comrade Chris Hani, that we are so excited that the current General Secretary of the party is now the Minister of Transport. And we tend to march to him on Friday, not as an enemy, just to remind him ukuthi ama-e-tolls asiwafuni. So siyethemba ke mphephetho ukuthi awuzukugula, awuzukuthumela noma ubani omunye, uzozizela wena self, uzoyithatha le memorandum ethi ama-e-tolls asiwafuni. But we are also excited, comrade, that this task of public transport is given to a communist. Ayinikezwanga nje noma ubani umuntu. Because in the Western Cape, the railways and the trains have come to non-existence, comrade. It's dangerous, it's overcrowded. Sometimes they don't even go to the Black Township. We've got a responsibility, not only you, comrade, but the Communist Party got a responsibility. Ningenisincede kulento ye public transport. Want it to be safe, to be efficient, to be affordable, to be accessible. That's the public transport esicelayo. We can also report to Comrade Chris Hani ukuthi we will not rest as workers until our labor brokers are banned. Totally banned. Asifuni lento ebizwa ama-labor brokers. Asiyazi yafika nobani, kodwa ngiyabona ngathi ibuya overseas. Asiyilayisheni, simixele emuva, asifuni i-labor brokers. But we can also confirm to Comrade Chris Hani ukuthi hey, Comrade Mbalula, kunento enisilethele yona la kuthiwa iVAT, asiyazi, asifuni, asizondi lento umhlolo. Sinethemba ukuthi either the VAT will be reversed because we know it's law, or the zero-rated good must be expanded. But ordinary people, comrade, are affected by VAT. Ungacabanga ukuthi 1% ayisho lutho. Isho lukhulu kumuntu ongenalutho. Petrol increase and VAT at the same time. Kunabantu kabathi no, i-VAT ayikaze increase. Solo kuyaba 14% 23 years ago. Aye. Every time the price of good increase, you pay more. Whether it's also 14%, 14% were 10 rand, no 14% were 20 rand, awulingani. Sithi-ke uma sihlala phansi ingathi amakhomanisi nefamily kaChris Hani nefamily kaKobi esivama ukuhlangana nabo ngaso sonke isikhathi la namakhomanisi, asingamkhohlwa uChris Hani, ngoba kuChris Hani sibona wonke umuntu. Uma size la sizo celebrate i-life ka Comrade Chris Hani, asi celebrate i-life yakhe yedwa, si celebrate i-life ya wonke ama-comrade athe athatha indima kulomzabalazo wabantu. Amandla.